Alright, boys. We are making a tier list on all the active skills at the moment. We have up to the new patch. We have all the active skills. So let's go from the top. I know this shit looks kind of goofy right now. I don't know why. So first we have camouflage. Oolong's thing. I used to use this a lot in the beta, and I realized how situational it is. I'm not gonna put it below B tier. I think it should go in the solid B tier. I'm not gonna put it below because it's one of the few things that can negate key tracking. I'm not gonna put it above because what if he just goes in a cave and just sees one tiny little vase there, and he's like, oh, well, I know where that is. It's very situational, and obviously you're gonna look like you're on prop hunt if you move around with it. Bounce pad. S tier immediately. What is it, like 20-30 seconds? Great height, especially when you pair it with hovering device. Super good. It's just good all around. Okay, what do we have next? We have Kaioken Rush. I can't put Kaioken Rush in S tier. And this is my reason why. If the killer gets too close to you, your Kaioken Rush automatically tracks to them, and then you die for it. And that's like a definite problem that's very, very annoying. Now, I can't put it in B tier because it's very good. The startup is a little bit of a startup, but like you should be good enough to where you should be behind cover before using it, smoke screening, and then using it. I probably have a little clip here, but you should always if you have it, smoke screen and then use it so you don't get negated by that 2-second startup. And it's like one of the only things that can actually curve around so you can get precise movements. Definitely A tier, but that, like I said, that little problem makes it not S tier. Now Smoke Cloud. I think Smoke Cloud is very good, especially when paired with Kaioken. Because now with this Ki Blast meta, I think the new patch came out where Ki Blasts are nerfed a bit, but still, it's still going rampant. It's still a Ki Blast meta, and they're all very annoying. Everyone's Ki Blast got buffed. So now with this, they have lasting no tracking. So it's gonna last when you go away from it. They're still gonna have no tracking on you, and you should never stay in this. And obviously in the smoke screen, you should never just sit in it, or else you're gonna get beamed. Or they just choose a super attack and you just get blown out of the air. I think you should always run away or use an escape option like Kaioken or like your zipline. That's very, very good with this new meta. After Image. I think After Image is S tier. I think it's very, very good. I'm not gonna say it's underrated because I feel like people can't even get it because of this stupid gacha system. But like, it's very, very good when you do have it. And it's a really good escape option, and you can stop it. Like, you can only do 2 flashes and then run away, or you can just do 1 and run away. It's very good, very, very good. I'm gonna do the new ones for last, so let's go to Solar Flare. I think Solar Flare is also S tier. I think Solar Flare is super good. It's super, super good. With Solar Flare, you can do it in the air. Now, the one problem, and I don't even think it's that much of a problem, is you have to be close. You have to get close to them. And the range is a little iffy, but they just have the highest stun of all the stun moves, which is obviously a super big plus, which is why I'm putting in. No, it's the main reason, but just all helps for being S tier. And I think it's only 30 seconds. The one bad thing is you have to get TN, but like, it's all based on the gacha system, how lucky you are. But it's a super good move. One of the best. Now we have... Is it Radar? Yeah, it's Radar. Okay, Radar. D tier. Probably one of the only D tiers here because I'm pretty sure everything is pretty viable except for this thing. You can buy in the store so you can't even upgrade it, which is the worst part. And it just doesn't have any use. It just alerts you when the killers are coming, which is not gonna help you. You can just use heartbeats, you can do anything. It's very bad in my opinion. I think it's not worth even the light of day. I don't even think you should buy it from the store. Say that 8,000 for buying a gacha thing. This is very bad. Okay, next we have Zipline, the newest thing that came out when the game came out. Zipline. I think it deserves C tier. I was thinking about putting in D tier with that, but it still has its uses, unlike the radar device that has one use and it's not even good. But with the zipline, other people can go on it, although you you move super slow, so I'm pretty sure you can get blasted out of it. You can only go a certain distance, and like there's so many red areas with this, you can barely go anywhere you want. Unlike with the grapple device, it's not good at all. It's 60 seconds. That's a long time. It's like I know grapple device got nerfed to 70, which affects sometimes, but so I'm not gonna switch it for 10 seconds for something that's even worse. I think it's just not very useful at all. I see nobody using it. When they do, they're usually not the best. Bulma's bike. Definite S tier. The nerfs 70 seconds for Bulma's bike did not do anything at all. Especially if you pair this with the passives that make it speed boost and jump boost. Becomes hard to even counter. It's very annoying to counter. The new Ki Blast meta kind of helped out with trying to it comes faster. It has more tracking. Although it got nerfed now, so I'm not sure if there's much of a difference now. There might be. So now Bulma's bike is even better. So I guess that's more of a reason to put an S tier. Even without it, I think it still deserves S tier because of how good it is. It's just too good. Might need a nerfing. I think everything in S tier doesn't need a nerfing. I think it's just good. I think everything under B tier or B tier and under should be tweaked a bit. Be a little better. S tier. S tiers are just what everything should be. Now you have Dazzling Kiss. I think that's what it's called. This is like Pokemon. This is Bulma's thing. It's a dance that whatever. I think this. I don't want to put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I think it deserves a good B tier, cause you kind of just sit out there, and I feel like I don't know. You can test me on this. I feel like the range isn't at like the level of Solar Flare, because I swear half the time it always misses, or you have to be super close to them. And if you just do it, you're stuck in animation. You just get knocked out of the sky. I just feel it's not as good, and it's 60 seconds too, which is bizarre. That's just not very good. And it's locked on Bulma, but you can always level it up, so it's not really locked on Bulma, but it's just not good. And now we have Yamcha's. You have a Fake Death from Yamcha. See, this would go to D tier if it didn't have its defining factor, which is why I'm putting it in C tier. It's not that good to go up. I don't even think it should be able to go to B tier. The reason it's C tier is just because it's one of the only things that can negate key tracking. Now, still, you should never use it out in the open, and I don't even think you should use it in caves. I think the only time you should use it is if you know they're gonna try and key track you, or you hear the killer around and you just go on the floor, hoping he tries to key track and he won't hit you. That's the only time you should ever use that. If you try and use it mid fight, going behind like a crate and using it, I think you're gonna be done for. Now we have Till, locked behind Farmer with the super grindy battle pass. I'll say right now, Till's not even that good. Till is not even that good. I think I'm putting it C tier. I'm putting it C tier. I don't think you can get large Qs from Till. I've tried. I don't think you can get large Qs from Tills. I think you can only get small cubes, rocket launchers, and then other items you'd find from breaking vases. And I think it's not even that good to be warranted. I think it's only 60 seconds, so it's like why bother? And you can get nothing from it. That's the worst part. If you can always get something from it, then I'll be like, okay, that's cool. I'm always getting something at least from this. Maybe I'll even get like a cube or something. I'll be happy. Or maybe senzu beans, or maybe even a cooldown drink. I'll be like, wow, great. But no, you can get nothing from this, which is the worst part. Maybe you can get some money here and there, but you can get nothing, which makes it C tier. I don't want to just waste 60 seconds, waste my 60-second thing, wasting one slot on getting nothing and just being there. I think the that nothing like negates like even getting something. So now we have Krillin's shoe from Krillin. I want to put this in S tier very badly because I love Krillin's shoe. It just was so good. But I don't think it's. I feel like it's not better than After Image. I'm gonna put it at a high A. I'm gonna put it at a high A, almost S tier. The one thing is that you can't use on moving targets. It's obvious. It's shoe. You can snipe with it. I know you can snipe with it, but like still, it's not that good as After Image. Not After Image, as Solar Flare. But I think it's still very, very good. It's very, very good. I very want to put it on S tier, but I think high A tier is where it belongs. Now you have Grapple Device. I think this always should be in S tier. It's so good. The 10 seconds hurt a bit. I don't think they should have added 10 more seconds, but it's whatever. You can always just level it up and get like 5 seconds off it. But I think that it's still S tier because it can just get you out of every situation. Everybody uses it because it's super good. That's just like the standard. I can't even like elaborate on it because it's just that good. You need to know your placements though, because if you have a bad grapple, you will die. You need to know where to go. You need to know how far it can go and where's the best situation. Where when you come out of your grapple, you're like, okay, when I'm out of my grapple, I'm gonna go here, or I'm gonna transform and fly away from here so he can't hit me with Ki Blast. You need to know how to use a good grapple. That's what separates bad players from the actual good ones. And now we have no barrier. This is Piccolo's Wall Defense. There you go. Wall Defense. I'm playing Wall Defense a B tier. It's not as good as A tier things. You could suck about the Ki Blast for you and allies. I never see anyone using allies though. Like I feel like everyone's so greedy with it, which is not bad, but still. The problem is that you don't. The most you can like the smartest thing you can do after it is just either like Solar Flare or you can transform away. Because when you get out of it, you just like you crouch down and then you just fall to the floor, and you can easily get Ki Blast or Supered, or you can. It's just like that's very bad. And I feel like it's not up to par with S and A tiers. It's good though. It's not super bad, but it negates all Ki Blasts, so it's like very good. It's just not as good as the rest. We have Flying Nimbus. I feel especially mad about Flying Nimbus. I'm pretty sure there's speed. I'm pretty sure you can stack Flying Nimbus with speed buffs with the speed as you can do with Bones Bike. So that's very that's good. I don't think it's on the par with the B tiers. I don't think it's as bad as I think it's fine with B tiers actually because I don't think it's as bad as the C tiers. The C tiers are kind of bad. B tiers is really it's like fine line because Nimbus is good for one. It's not. I don't even think it's that good for traversing because you have Bones Bike. You can even use like a normal like scooter that you find on the floor. I think that would be like better than Nimbus because one, Nimbus puts you in the air. You can like fly. I think you can fly low, but still, like you're levitated. That's not good. And it's a big yellow ball. Like everyone can see that. The one good thing about it is you're always flying, so like obviously you can just keep going. Then again, you can do that with Bomo's Bike, but you can. It's 60 seconds too. I don't think it should be 60 seconds. I think it should be 30 or 40. I think 60 seconds is way too much for Nimbus. Because it's not game breaking. You know, you're not gonna win games with Nimbus. You're not gonna like escape raiders with Nimbus. It goes another problem. Like it goes very slow. Now you can use a speed boost, but it doesn't help out that much as Bulma's Bike because I can accelerate. So it's not as good. It's very low par. I think buffing it at 40 seconds would be very nice to it, and maybe you can see more uses. Saiyan Pod from Vegeta. I feel indifferent about this because back when it was a beta, super good. It was super good. Everyone used it. It was just that good. You know, you call it down, you fight a bit, and then you just dip. Now I feel like I just feels like was like I don't think it's 180 anymore. I think it got buffed, but it's not as good anymore. It's just not as good. You don't see anyone using it anymore. If they do, most of the times it's like the killer sees it, he waits, blows it up. You could use whenever I used it, I always use that time to run away. I kind of use it as like a bait tool, but like. Do you really want to waste your slot on a bait tool and just run away? It's still good, like for like traversing all the other side of the map. It's like it's a lot of time. I don't think it's still 180. You can test me on that, but it's still very not good anymore. I feel like it has the situations, but I feel like it's I feel like it's not as good, but I don't feel like it's as bad as these. This is a tougher situation. I don't think it's as good as A tier. I think B is fine, low B. It's almost on the verge of C, but it's not as bad as the C tiers. Now we have Trap Device. Now I personally very much enjoy Trap Device. I think it's underrated, but I think it's well rated actually. I think people still I see a lot of people using it. It's very good. I love Trap Device. I think, but it's not. You know what? I kind of feel like it is that good to be an S tier because you can use it anywhere. The problem is it's just a little like it's a plus. It's like a little cross, and you can destroy the middle device. But if you're smart, and I'm a pretty smart guy, so I'm putting in S tier if you're smart and use it right, which it's not hard to not. It's not hard to use it right. So usually you should always use it in caves if you want to be smart with it. You can use that out in the open. The problem is that it will get destroyed if they throw Ki Blast or supers at it. Now, if you use it in caves, if you position it right, the thing will always be on top. If they throw Ki Blast, it'll just not hit it, and it'll hit wherever it's inside the cave, which is what you want. You don't want it to get destroyed. So when they come in, they get zapped, and you're out free. If you want, you can stack it with other things like Solar Flare or a shoe, and boom, you're out scot free. So I think Trap should be S tier. I think it's very good. 30 seconds, super good. You can't upgrade it. I feel like if you were able to upgrade, it would like definitely be S tier. I can see it being an argument for A tier too, because it's you can destroy it, and sometimes they can go left or right. You have to mix it up though. I feel like Trap should be S tier. Now we have Gum from Boo. I feel indifferent about Gum because obviously a lot of people don't use it that much because it's a gacha system. I'd be lucky to see like one person using it over like 30 games. I hate about your gacha system, but anyway, I digress. That's another whole video. It's not bad. It's really not bad. It's 60 seconds though. 60 seconds is a lot. Stuns usually 60-second stuns aren't very good. It's like a bonus thing. The problem is I'm pretty sure it has has a little bit of a good tracking system where it can trap the people in Gum, and obviously you get a free hit. You can usually get a free up everything. But the tracking for Gum, it's there, so it actually helps it out a bit. But the problem is it doesn't really help that much though. Like it's not really as good as you think for like tracking. It's not that good. Obviously you can still dodge out of it if you see it from long distance. Because some people love using it from long distance where you can easily dodge it like you do with normal boosting. But you should never be in combat and use it. You should always just either dodge it, boom, use it, boom, attack. I don't think it's as bad as B tier things. I think it should be a good A tier. I think they should remove the 60 seconds. I think it should be 45, maybe even 50. Now we have a missile from Oolong. See, how I feel about Oolong's missile is that you can move with that. That's very good, and you can hit the Raider. I don't think it does that much damage. I feel like it does amount of damage as like a rocket. The problem is you can go with the rocket. You can move. You go for a really long time. You can go for a really long time, and they can't hit. They can't track you. They can't lock onto you. So that's another thing that can't lock on, which is very good. And you don't want to be locked on to the Raider. You don't want the Raider seeing you. The one problem it has with me It would definitely be S tier if we didn't have this problem. Is that it makes a loud noise like when. That's my one problem with it, which I personally hate about it. So for this, I think I'm just gonna go to A tier. Okay, now we have the final two, which is Android 17's Barrier and 16's Item Search. Now I'm gonna start with 16's Item Search since I have more experience with that. It's how can I put that? It's noob friendly. It's not very good. It's just seeing through walls to find boxes, which it's not bad. Then again, if you know where caves are, you know where boxes are. It's all RNG based. How much boxes are in how much caves. There might even be empty ones. But you know, boxes don't win you games. You know. And obviously, you're gonna if you're good at this game, you're gonna find out where the caves are. It's just noob friendly, and you might not even get this when you're a noob. You might get this when you're already level 100. So I'm gonna put this at C tier. It's not very good. It doesn't help you that much. It's noob friendly, but really you shouldn't be using it over all these other things. It can definitely help you up more. Okay, boys. Finally, we have 17's Barrier. I think. What do I think? I think it's very good. I think it should be above. I think it should be above here. Okay, I don't. The problem is it's too good. I think, cause like you can bury yourself and you can use anything. You can keep going. You can't just. It's not like wall defense where you just bury and just stay there in place. You can go anywhere with it. You can fight with it. You can use Bulma's bike with it. You can do anything. Now. I think I just think they should nerf it a bit. Maybe it's like less seconds, because you definitely shouldn't nerf it where it just wall defense, but with, a big circle. I think they should just nerf the seconds of it. But other than that, I think it's like super good at S tier. Really good with fighting, really good for running away. It's good for everything in general. And if you actually get in the gacha system, well, you're gonna be super lucky because it's gonna be very good and help you out a lot. I reorganized the list. If you guys didn't notice, everything's in order now to what I think is the best and the worst of each tier. And by worst, I mean it's not even the worst. It's just like the worst of those things. The only arguments I can make is maybe like Till, wall defense, Kaioken. Like everything above B tier is fine. Like obviously they should just get rid of Radar. That's so trash. It doesn't help at all. Yamcha's thing, you can't even like do anything about it. You really can't do anything about Yamcha's thing because like it's so bad. It's just so bad. Till obviously you can get nothing from it, which is crazy. You should not be able to get nothing from it. It's 60 seconds too, which is the worst part, and it's locked behind a character that's in the battle pass. That's not fair. Zipline I think should be 30 seconds. It's not game breaking. It's not even as good as Grapple Device, so why is it even there? And then you got Item Search. Item Search I think it should be longer because it's just so noob friendly. It just should be longer, It's like what 3 seconds. Nimbus I think it should be only 30 or 40 because you could go infinitely, but still it's so slow, and you can't really do much with change. I think it just stay there. Some things have to be like B tier. Everything can't be S tier, unfortunately. Saiyan Pod, I think you should go up in the air quicker. You can get shot up like super easily, and it can like auto explode. I think it should have 90 seconds or go quicker up in the air. One of the two. I think if there's two, I think it'll be too much. Wall defense, I think should be buffed so you can actually chain it into other things like a grapple. Because I think you can get hit. You like do like the crouch thing, and then you can get hit again, which is terrible. Because then you just did that for nothing. You just like wait. You saved like a bit of time. I feel like it should have a bigger range where you can go you can choose people to go in front of. It should be like a bigger, wider range because nobody goes in front of anybody anymore. And Bulma's Kiss I think should be 40 or 30. You can make the same argument with Gum, but Gum can track, so I can see why that's 60. Bulma's Kiss can't track, and it's not very good either. That's the whole list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, like. If you want me to do other things, I'm gonna do other things like more tier lists for active skills, for items, for supers. I'm gonna do all that. So if you want to see that, like, and it's coming.